Is this a cat in a hat?
This is not an actor, and they actually have no idea that they're in a video. But why is that? This is the movie Borat, one of the best comedy movies ever, but the twist of this movie is that no one has any idea that they're in it. Yeah, no one. So, you probably have a lot of questions. How did they do this? How is this legal? And most importantly, who is Borat?
They say, posh spice.
That you take it up the arse.
This is Sacha Baron Cohen, an actor from the UK. He rose to fame with his character Ali G and his new style of comedy, which involved interviewing people and using very satirical humour to put them on edge. The people would be told that they were making an official documentary, and Sacha would ask them this.
Do you think that women should have equal rights in the workplace?
Yeah, do you?
Well, ain't there the problem that if they start getting them there, then they're going to start asking for them at home?
This formula got him interviews with one of the Spice Girls and even Donald Trump. But this role is the one that changed everything.
Do you want to see my new wife? Yes. This is my new wife.
This is Borat, a Kazakh journalist that was told by the government to fly to the USA to learn more about the culture. He mainly acts like a fool to get reactions out of Americans, but the way Borat acts makes people think that there's just a cultural difference. The point of this show is to make people cringe with his awkward behaviour, and the language barrier between Borat and others makes some funny interactions.
Show her vagina to my brother Bilo and say, you will never get this, you will never get this, la 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 la.
The twist about this movie is that none of these people are actors. They were all told that this was an official documentary, making all of the interactions in Borat real. The theme of this movie is the difference between America and Kazakhstan. Borat has no filter and uses the darkest humour as if it's nothing, and makes people believe the craziest things. Borat is a social commentary or satire, which is the use of humour, irony, exaggeration or ridicule to expose and criticise people's stupidity or vices. But this idea doesn't come without its downsides.
So this is in response to his defamation lawsuit against comedian Sacha Baron Cohen.
Many people have filed lawsuits against the producers of Borat for being misled or exploited. An example of this is the village of Glod. Borat wasn't actually shot in Kazakhstan, but it was shot in a Romanian village called Glod. The villagers there were told that Borat's team would be shooting a documentary, but instead they filmed this. These villagers didn't understand English and so didn't know what was being said about them. When the movie came out, the villagers saw how they had been treated and some even wanted to kill Borat. But this definitely wasn't the only place affected by the movie. The show was so offensive that the Kazakh government banned Borat from their country. You might be thinking, why Kazakhstan?
Because I hosted the MTV Awards as Borat. Yeah. And I pretended that their Prime Minister, Premier Nazarbayev, came on. I go, no, Premier Nazarbayev. And I got on my knees and I kissed his crotch.
Well, when the name Kazakhstan is mentioned, what do you think of? Absolutely nothing. So that's why the producers chose this country to create the idea that Kazakhstan was a misogynistic, anti-Semitic country and expose the racism of the people Borat interviewed. This works because when someone is more racist than you are comfortable expressing your own controversial opinions. Just like when he tricked some frat boys into saying this.
Are women your slaves in Russia? No. Do you have slaves here? No slaves. We wish.
In total, Borat got 7 lawsuits, 92 police complaints, and its own FBI team assigned to it. But there is always the question, where do you draw the line?
He goes, you're fucking Sacha Baron Cohen. I go, no, I'm not. I'm really not. He goes, it is, it's f***ing Ali G.
Cohen started getting famous, and most people would absolutely love that, but Cohen hated it. He said work would be impossible if he was to become famous because everyone would recognize him. Sasha then declined in performance, pulling in less and less money. The critics would start calling him a one-trick pony. Many believed that someone would not be able to make Borat today because Hollywood puts limits on controversial acting performances. So, is this the end of Borat? No, I don't think so. This is Borat's subsequent movie film, delivery of prodigious bribe to American regime for make benefit once glorious nation of Kazakhstan, or otherwise known Borat 2. Bought by Prime Video for $80 million, it follows the story of Borat undercover, tackling coronavirus, corrupt politicians, conspiracy theorists, and anti-vaxxers. How did Borat tackle the problem of being recognized? He went ginger. Sasha realized that if he was ginger, he would be less recognizable by fans. But this movie went really wrong, really fast.
What are we gonna do with the radical leftists? We're gonna chop them up like the Saudis do, or gas them like the Germans do?
If it feels like it's going to get violent, then you can't. The worst thing you can do is crack and then realize that you're playing a character. So you can't go, hey, oh, I just want to mock you and expose your racism. Then you're really in trouble.
Let's go!
Go, go, go!
Are we locked?
The doors are locked?
Yes, sit down.
Hold it.
Drive. Go.
Borat risked his own life at a gun rally because he made some jokes about gun rights to the wrong people. He was also sued by Rudy Giuliani, one of America's politicians, after exposing him for trying to sleep with Borat's daughter. But at the end of the day, out of his countless lawsuits, Borat has lost none. And it's not like there isn't a good side to Borat. Borat is seen as a form of activism, as it tries to show racist behaviors of others by being racist itself. Borat has also raised over $250,000 for the church and people that were affected by his pranks. So, is this the end of Borat? Yeah,